Thanks for taking the time. All right, so I'm going to start with a hard question first, right? Because when I was watching Latency, I was thinking of Elon Musk and the Neuralink, the device where like paraplegics can, deal with computers with their mind. And obviously, that's brilliant for people who are disabled, but do these devices, are they negative for people who are already too interconnected with the computer?
I always just go back to this idea of technology is not good or bad, and it's our intention behind it that creates the outcome for the future. So I think once again, we have to look at, okay, does this align with my values or does this just make my life more convenient? So I think just making sure that people are asking the right questions before they integrate it is what's going to create the new path.
Bravo, tremendous answer. And so Sasha's character, Hannah, right? She's agoraphobic, suffering from a crippling anxiety disorder. She gets this machine, it revolutionizes her life, but does so in a very, very negative way when she has you, a best friend who's willing to come and work with her. You know what I'm saying? So talk about the process of building that relationship with Sasha and establishing these two characters of Jen and Hannah.
Well, of course, I was nervous to work with Sasha because I was a big fan of hers and I loved her movie Anne. I think she was spectacular in it. And so I just was excited, nervous, had all of the emotions going. And then obviously we both come from modeling backgrounds. So I think that was also something I was hoping that we'd come together and kind of understand each other and see each other. And it ended up being even better than I imagined. We instantly had a friendship and that was wonderful because you never know with sets. Sometimes you're going to have to create, you're going to have to either project someone else onto that person to get that intimacy, or you kind of have to fake it. But with Sasha and me, we were lucky where we had actually very similar, and obviously Sasha's nothing like Hannah, but she does have more of an intensity to her, and then I have more of like a sarcastic kind of laid back feeling. So we naturally blended really easily.
All right, so just doing research, on your profiles and stuff, you really embrace like health and wellness, and obviously the primary character has this social anxiety disorder. Was that one of the reasons you wanted to be in this film?
Yeah, well, that was one of the reasons because I wouldn't do just a scary movie just because it's scary. Like what I loved about this was it had some, it has like a really good back end story. And also just this idea of if we don't heal our trauma, it's going to come up in this technology sooner or later. So I loved that idea because I was just like, I feel like people are going to come out of this movie asking themselves some really honest questions because that is, there is a part of the film where her subconscious kind of takes over in a way and we don't know it's real or not, and that is going to happen to us if not already happening to us in some smaller micro form. So I just think it's a really nice pointer into some really honest questions.
Bravo, lucid answer. So I spoke to James Crokin, tremendous dude, was very forthright, very, very cool. And you would never believe that Latency was his first film. So as an
No,
actress, I know, I mean, someone who's really just beginning your career as well. What's it like working with a first-time director? Did you have any trepidation? What was he like on set?
it was so cool because yeah, like I'm fairly new to acting. I mean, I started in 2018 and then COVID hit, so it kind of just stalled everything. But so we kind of came in being, I was like, I'm kind of like on the newer side, and he was like, I'm kind of like on the newer side, and then we bonded because of that, and it was really cool because we were so comfortable. It was more friendship than anything else. I wasn't afraid to say I don't understand something, and then we could just kind of go back and forth until I understood it. And having that type of patience with the director is key because, nuance is really what makes a movie special. And those tiny, tiny moments that you don't think add a lot to the whole plot is actually what creates the movie being iconic and special in a really unique way. Those human moments are what we live for in real life and on screen.
All right, so let's flip that question a little bit because it's basically you two, you and Sasha in this tiny set, very, very small, very dingy. There's not a lot of light. It doesn't look that pleasing. And I don't know how long you had to shoot, but these sets are so small and there's these shooting days are so arduous, right? What did you do to relax? I mean, was there ever a point where you're like, okay, I've seen enough of these people, I have to walk off and like get like 10 minutes by myself?
Honestly, we didn't have too much time by ourselves. I did actually celebrate my birthday, and that was interesting because I was like, we're gonna be working on set all day. Like, am I gonna get a moment to like go out to dinner maybe? And they ended up throwing me like a surprise like party and cake, and it was actually the cutest thing ever. So I think it's kind of like summer camp, you know, you go away and you meet all these friends and then you become a family and then you create this amazing project and then you go off. So I think there was definitely a moment where I was really hoping to see some sunshine at some point, but then I was also really happy to be working with these people. So it's like, you know, it was fine. I ran away to sun afterwards, but I was really excited with like the relationships I made.
That's awesome. All right, so let me ask you some questions from the metrics department before they pull me away. So it looks like you have another film coming out called Second Chances. What's that about? Can you give us anything about that?
So that's a TV show actually, and it is it's really cool. It's a beautiful. I think I filmed that about 2.5 years ago, so it's been a minute. But um, it's I work with my co-star is Anna Lynn McCord, and she was amazing, and we kind of are like the duo in that. It's revolves around three maids who kind of just have a bunch of things going on and how our lives are interconnected. And I'm not American, and so I'm trying to get my green card. And there's a lot goes on, but I thought it was really beautiful because there's a love story and um, a lot of ups and downs through it. But that was also, I think, actually, that was the set that tested me the most, just because some of the scenes were really intense, and um, I learned I understood acting on a deeper level because of that set. So hopefully that'll come out soon.
Awesome, good to hear. All right, so they're giving me the wrap notice, so let me sneak in a one last question. Your career is blowing up. I mean, you're doing a lot of cool stuff. It looks like things are in the up and up. I mean, do you see yourself primarily now as an actress, or are you looking to other business ventures for or readers and watchers? What is Alexis's next move in life?
Gosh, so many things. I love acting. I think it's just an ability to live so many different lives at once. So I will always prioritize that. But there's so many things I want to do. And I think that's what's so beautiful about, the new idea of careers nowadays. They're a lot more fluid. And maybe we like that or we don't, because sometimes we do like people sticking into their boxes. It makes us feel safe. But I just hope that, people can kind of just go along with me for each path that I take, whether it's wellness, whether it's dancing, whether it's just anything that I do. I think for me, it's art. Whatever I do, it's just a different form of art and expression. So yeah, I just wish for everyone to, do the same and not feel so tied to one thing, like they have to identify with something in order to be valued in society, because you can be fluid and you can be multifaceted, especially for females, just go do whatever you want.
Bravo, awesome. Thanks for your time. Very entertaining film. Cheers.
Thank you.